Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello, and am I visible?
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
hello. Yeah, perfect. All right.
Good
Um,
morning.
s- yeah. Sorry, I had to join a little bit late because my Wi-Fi was not working, and then I had to connect it to another source. But you can hear
Oh,
me properly now, right?
yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay, perfect. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, good morning, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. And how are you doing?
I am also doing good. Thank you so much for asking. So, what are your plans for today?
Just a normal day. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
After the session, I would go. I mean, prepare something and then go for tuitions. Coming back from there, get together with friends.
Okay.
So as it is a Saturday,
Hmm.
yeah. So my day will look like this.
Okay, okay. That
And what are
sounds
your
very nice.
plans?
Nothing. I think nothing much to do because I want to rest a little today, probably because it's the weekend and I don't have classes after a long time. So I'm just thinking of resting a little and seeing how it
Okay.
goes, and maybe
Okay.
do a little bit of reading, as in like leisure reading, not coursework reading or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, just planning to do that maybe. But let's see what happens. But do you have any specific plan for the weekend, like going out or something?
Nothing. Nothing. It's
Nothing?
just that after we get come together, we
Hmm.
decide.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
uh, I'm talking about the friend get together. So
Right.
after we all are together, we will decide what to do.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. All right. But yeah, apart from that, what did you do before coming to class today?
This just the normal stuff,
Hmm.
practicing, listening practice, and then
Hmm.
reading newspaper,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
I'm here.
Okay, that sounds very nice. Okay, all right. So today also I can see I don't see the session
Yeah.
notes. I think
Neither
yeah,
am I.
yeah. I had informed the technical team. They told me that they are working on this aspect, and the session notes should reflect in some time for everyone. But till then, we'll have to go along with with a topic of our
Yeah.
choice. Okay, so we can
Yeah.
do that. Maybe talk a little bit about whatever. Like in the last class, we did some elocution or some debate, right? So we can do
Right.
some of those and maybe some storytelling or some other speaking activities. Okay.
Definitely.
All
Yeah.
right, perfect. All right. Before we start, I was thinking that I wanted to, because you also teach. I wanted to ask you about what do you think of teaching as a profession, and what do you think is the importance of the role of teachers in our lives?
Could you repeat, please?
Yeah, what is the importance of the teaching profession, and how important is it to have a good teacher in our lives, according to you?
Well, both the question are really great in itself. As far as we talk about the contribution of teachers in our society, as it is said that education is the only important thing in our life that shape our life. What are we going to do, and who educate us? Teachers or guardians. Like it is said that the first teachers are the parents themselves. So, in that term, teachers have a significant role in our lives, no matter what they teach us. Because whatever we learn, it's all because of the environment that we get either in our school or in our home. So, they definitely have a significant role. And what was the another question? Yeah,
Like, I think you have covered most of it. I was asking that,
yeah,
how important is it in our lives to have a good teacher?
definitely. I think I have covered that
Yeah,
part.
yeah, you have. You have. That's okay. But from your own experience, has there been any teacher in your life who impacted you a lot?
There have been for sure. There
Mm-hmm.
have been teachers who impacted me in different ways. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I was a bit of shy guy, uh,
Okay.
and I used to underestimate myself a lot. And
Okay.
many of teachers have told me in front of me that
Hmm.
Raz, stop underestimating yourself
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
you are doing good. but
Hmm.
all you have to show is the confidence. But I
Right.
think that somewhere that still lingers with me, because even here, whenever I interact with the different tutors,
Hmm.
a few of them tell me the same thing, that you know
Okay.
more than you think you know, and all you have to do is to show that confidence and be a little pleasant, smiling more, and something like that.
Right.
So
Hmm.
maybe that is my nature. But
Hmm.
of course, there are teachers, whenever they told me something like this, they
Hmm.
encouraged me to another level, and from where I had that faith, I started working more.
Hmm.
And that was fruitful, because that turned into a different kind of result for me as well.
Hmm.
So I am grateful to all of you.
Right. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay. So now, tell me, what have the challenges been in your journey as a teacher? What do you think are the toughest bits of being a teacher?
Okay. So the strenuous part of the teaching is the
Hmm.
moment you try to make understand your students, but
Hmm.
they are not willing to learn. They are not willing to listen to you. So no
Right.
matter how much you ask,
Hmm.
they will listen and then they will forget the same. They will not
Right.
imply that at all.
Right. Right.
And after that, what are the options that you have?
Hmm. Hmm.
In my localities, in this society, it is easy for teachers to beat students.
Oh.
And even guardian expects that, okay, if my ward is not learning or
Hmm.
not listening to you, beat
Hmm.
them. But I think that is not the option, and that why it becomes troublesome for me to tackle all this situation, because beating is not a solution for sure. For how
Hmm.
long will you keep beating, and how will they learn?
Hmm. Right.
That's what
Okay.
I feel. So
Hmm.
I think this is the major problem in
Hmm.
terms of teaching.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if I find some students who are mischievous, yet
Hmm.
who can listen to you, who can
Hmm.
take your advice, who can take your guidance, and then
Hmm.
it becomes easy to teach.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Okay, I understand completely. And what is the most rewarding part of your journey as a teacher?
The rewarding part is always same. Whenever you see your learners or your students do great in their
Hmm.
subjects,
Yeah.
you feel that yes, I have played some role in their life, in their
Yeah.
improvement, and
Yeah.
that brings that satisfaction and that
Hmm.
happiness.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, perfect. All right. So that was the first discussion that I wanted to do on, being a teacher and on your thoughts of who a teacher is and how they impact us. But for the next discussion, I wanted to talk a little bit about books and movies. Will you be up for that?
Definitely.
Okay. So first, tell me, which one do you enjoy more, reading a book or watching a movie?
To be honest, watching a movie,
Yeah. Okay. So why that?
because I have grown up like that, or as a kid, I used to watch a lot. So till now, that habit is still there. The moment I start watching, I enjoying, I just kept on watching and watching. And when it comes to reading, it is a new hobby. So till the time I was student, like academic student, I never was into studies. I
Okay.
was never into studies.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But the moment I started practicing on my English,
Hmm.
I started enjoying reading as well, and I have read quite a lot. I mean, in last 2 years, around 25 books. So
Hmm.
that is a good number to start with.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So
Okay.
reading is a new habit, but of course, watching is something that gives that pleasure.
Hmm.
Uh, and in terms of English, if I tell you
Yeah.
my viewpoint, then I feel that reading is more important, or maybe watching, listening to podcast instead of watching movies,
Hmm.
because in that context, I do not enjoy that much.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now tell me what is your, you can tell me both maybe, what is your favorite book and which one is your favorite movie?
Okay, when it comes to movies, if I talk about Bollywood,
Hmm.
it would be really tough to pick one
Hmm.
because I'm like I told you that I have been a great fan of watching movies. But in terms of English movies, I feel mm, the one that I have watched time and again is Titanic.
Okay.
So maybe the first time I had watched it in Hindi, and then in last 2 years, I have watched it twice or thrice in
Hmm.
English, and
Hmm.
it was a pleasant experience that I
Hmm.
was able to grasp. I was able to understand that in original language as well. So that I would pick that one. And when
Hmm.
it comes to uh, reading and books, I
Hmm.
have read quite a few books that are related to self-help improvement.
Okay.
So the best book pick would be uh, The Leader Without No Title by Robin
Hmm.
Sharma.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, right, right. Yeah. I have heard a lot about this book, but I don't exactly know what is it about. So could you tell me a little bit about what it is, kind of, what it talks
Uh,
about?
the biggest takeaways from this book is that no matter which field you are in, you can become a leader. So you do not have to think that your work is not important or maybe a meager one. All you have to do is to focus on your work and try to become the best version of yourself in doing that. So,
Hmm.
related to somewhat the famous quote by Winston Churchill, maybe.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Great then. Okay. And if I have to talk about a book that you could not finish, is there something like that?
Till now, whichever book I started, I finished all of them. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
do not, I can't say on this.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any film that you did not finish, that you hated, that you felt like wasn't really
Not
nice?
exactly hated, but
Hmm.
yeah, I did not like
Hmm.
because it was not easy for me.
Okay.
For example, the famous series Friends.
Oh, you
So
couldn't
many
finish
people,
Friends.
suggested me that you should watch it,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
I started watching it,
Hmm.
I felt like it is quite uh, what the word. I mean, it is quite
Hmm.
irrelevant for me. The way they
Okay.
laugh every now and then,
Yeah. Yeah.
that that is something that I could not grasp.
Hmm.
And since I have the habit of this watching with my earphones on,
Hmm.
it was really tough for me to watch that because the
Hmm.
moment they talk, I would not be able to hear, and the moment I increase my volume and
Hmm.
they laugh, it seems like okay, I'll lose my ear.
Hmm.
It will,
Hmm.
I will damage my ear. So because of that setting, I
Hmm.
did not continue.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, I won't say that I hate that. It's just that
Okay.
because of that thing, because of that setting, I did not like, and I have not resumed watching it again.
Okay. Okay. All right. But any particular series that you liked? Because this is something that you did not like that much.
Emily in Paris.
Oh, Emily in Paris. I have also watched
Yeah,
that. Oh, you like that? Why did you like it?
I mean, it is about a time when I was struggling a lot with intonation, and I was not able to understand what I actually need to do and how to
Hmm.
do that.
Hmm.
So I think in that series,
Hmm.
after watching that series, I got to know that what is being expected from my side,
Okay.
and
Oh.
I
Hmm.
liked particularly the idea of uh, American residing in French and finding it tough to settle down there.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Great. Good answers. Okay. Apart from reading or watching, what other hobbies do you have, or what do you like to do?
music and cricket.
Music and what?
Cricket.
Cricket. I think you had told me once. So you
Yeah,
you were the one who had told me, right, that you like to listen to old retro songs or maybe past Bollywood music, something like that, right?
yeah. From
Okay.
Rafi Saab to Sonu
Rafi,
Nigam.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, okay. And what is your, if I have to point out one song that is your favorite or go-to song, which one would it be?
Oh, that depends on situation. That what kind of
Situation.
mood I am in,
Hmm.
and which singer I'm about to listen to. Even the
Hmm.
mood depends on the singer as well. So if
Hmm.
I pick some singer on the basis of that,
Yeah.
I can pick my favorite song,
Hmm.
and that also depending upon the mood. So like if
Right.
I take one name, there would be five or six favorite songs on
Okay.
different moods. Yeah.
Right, right. I understand completely. Okay, good, good. Okay. Yeah. Apart from that, tell me that you said that you also like cricket. So why cricket? Why not some other sport?
Because as a kid I started watching that, I
Hmm.
started playing that, and
Hmm.
there has been a deep connection with that sport. So all
Okay.
because of these things I like that the most. And
Hmm.
I like a few different other games as well, but
Right.
it's like about liking and then loving. So I love cricket and
Oh.
I like other
Hmm.
sports.
Okay. Any sports that you don't like watching or playing?
No, I there is no sport that I would say that I don't like.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. So now, I think we are in the last part of our session. So I will give you a proper topic on which you have to speak for 2 minutes. Okay, it will be like an elocution.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So the topic is gym culture. Basically, whether gym culture is good or bad. You have to speak on any one side, whatever you choose or whatever you believe in. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to give me the reasons and you know the rest, what you have to do, right? You have to speak on gym culture. Okay.
Well,
So you,
personally, I feel that
yeah.
doing yoga is more precious or more important than doing gym,
Okay.
because gym is something that if you start doing,
Hmm.
you have to continue with that.
Hmm.
The moment you leave it, the side effects can be disastrous
Right.
in some way,
Hmm.
in some context, or in some particular situation. But if you are doing yoga and other exercises on your own,
Hmm.
even if you miss it for a few days or a few weeks,
Hmm.
the side effect will not hurt you that way. And you
Hmm.
can resume it later, and you can stay fit and young as the same time as well.
Hmm.
So, on that note, I feel that for general people, yoga is must. But if you are an athlete, then gymming is must for sure.
Okay. And what about the gym culture? Do you think they can put some pressure on us to spend money in certain ways?
Well, uh, I think I do not have the idea on commenting on that, because
Hmm.
gym is something that if they are providing some facilities,
Hmm.
you will be charged for that.
Right. That's
So
correct.
I don't see any matter in this question. I
Right.
mean, I would not be
Okay.
able to answer.
Okay. No problem. Have you ever been to a gym yourself?
Never.
Never. Okay, okay, that makes sense. All right. Now I'll give you another topic, and this would be the last topic on which you talk. And then I don't have any feedback to give as such, but we can conclude the session, right?
Okay.
So, your topic next would be cleanliness and hygiene in India, or the condition of cleanliness and hygiene in India.
Well, the condition is really bad,
Mm-hmm.
though it has improved a little bit
Hmm.
because of uh, the programs like Swachh Bharat and sanitation program by the BJP government. But
Hmm.
to be honest, more often it seems that all these ideas are more on paper. Even
Hmm.
after the implementation, things have not changed up to the level what it should have been
Hmm.
changed, or where it should have been raised.
Hmm.
So on that note, I feel that yes, we are in precarious situation, and all because of the mindset of people. So
Hmm.
I have seen reports of different cities being declared as ODF, but
Hmm.
believe me, you can find people defecating in fields and in huge numbers.
Hmm. Right.
And
Right.
whenever it comes to other portion of cleanliness, we
Hmm.
are we do not mind
Hmm.
that at all. We
Hmm.
are uh, free to litter. We
Right.
litter a lot, no matter
Right.
where we are. And the same person, if we know that okay, to certain extent in particular situation there are
Hmm.
cameras, and if we do it here, we will be
Yeah.
caught and we will have to give fine.
Yeah.
So there they would not, but on the other places they would litter.
Hmm. Hmm.
So till this mindset is there, we would never be able to achieve the
Right.
cleanliness that we are looking forward to.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay, very good answers and very good discussions. I must say you did pretty well. I don't really have a lot to say on this or a lot to offer in terms of feedback. Because your English is pretty nice and the way you speak is good, articulate, and you have a lot of points to give. And confidence wise also, because you were talking about it, I think you do good. You can use your hand gestures a little more. That is the only feedback that I can give you probably, but otherwise I think you're doing just fine, and continue speaking, and you can probably see if there are other ways in which you can express what you want to say. Okay, but if you have
Okay.
any question you can ask.
Yeah. On this note, I would like to say that
Yeah.
uh, sometimes I do feel that okay, this session should not be like an question answer session. I have to
Mm-hmm.
interact. I have to ask question as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I forget that while discussing. So I would like to ask
Yeah, absolutely,
you
absolutely.
your
Mm-hmm.
favorite book or movies,
Yes,
whatever you
yes.
enjoy.
Yes,
If you
I
can
think I
give it.
would also love that. So maybe, if from the next session we can do that, we can keep that in mind. And maybe
Yeah,
you can also ask me some questions, whatever questions you want to, and we can make it more
definitely.
interactive.
But for the
Okay?
timing, I would like to ask at
Yeah.
least one answer
Yes,
from your
sure,
side.
sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, I would like to get one answer from your side
Mm-hmm.
about your favorite book or movie.
It's difficult for me because I always, I think my favorites keep on getting changed. So I see
Okay,
something, or I watch something, or I read something, and I'm like, oh, this is my favorite book right now. With books specifically, it's so difficult to say, oh, this is my favorite book, because I read a lot and I continuously keep on reading something new, and I feel like, oh, this is a really good book. So I don't think of in terms of favorites. I feel at this point, I think of in terms of, did I like this book or did I not? Would I recommend this book to others or would I not? So like that. I specifically liked this book by Manto. I don't know if you have read any work by Manto. He's an Urdu writer, but his work is obviously available in translation as well. And he wrote a lot of short stories on the partition and during those times, basically. So he was a very poignant writer, and I enjoyed reading his works a lot. So that is one book
okay,
I often also gift people or recommend to people because I enjoyed reading it so much. So
okay.
yeah, that is one. And movie, I don't know. I'm a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan, so I'm thinking if it's Chak De India or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that's not my favorite movie. But I just don't remember what my favorite movie is because I always enjoy watching some movie and then I forget. I think I watched a Scarlett Johansson movie some days ago. It was a really light comedy film as well. I liked it, but I've forgotten the name. So no favorite as such, but I keep on liking a lot of stuff.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, it was lovely talking to you again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we
Same
had a
here.
lovely session together.
Absolute. And hopefully we'll meet again soon and talk about something else.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Have a
Thank you
great
so much.
day ahead. Have a
You
great
too. Bye
weekend
bye.
ahead.
You
Bye for
too.
now.
Bye bye. Thank